What is up, my people? It is Car here, and I am back with another video. Y'all know me. When I have a message, I just gotta put it out there. But like y'all can see from the title, I wanted to talk about, why self-love is so crucial right now in this moment in time that we're going through. First off, I do want to say that, anybody who knows me knows I'm always preaching self-love. And, a lot of people mistake what I say as just only caring for yourself or only just into yourself. When they think of self-love, they just think of people being selfish, and self-centered and attention-seeking, when that's not the case at all. Self-love is more of an act. It's not really a word. I wouldn't say it's a noun. I would say it's a verb, self-love, because it's action that you take to protect yourself from emotional harm, psychological harm, physical harm, any type of harm. Self-love is self-protection. That's basically what it is. And it's so important right now, self-love, and to protect yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, because of everything that's happening in the world right now. It's like the world teaches us the exact opposite of self-love. Even from the time that we start out as kids, they just for instance, school or courses are about nothing in life. You learn about math, science, some history, some social studies, but you don't really learn about dealing with your emotions, how to deal with your emotions when you're angry or when you're sad or when you're upset. They don't teach you social skills, how to, communicate effectively, how to problem solve, all of these things that we need in life, these life skills that, jobs, employers, everybody looks for. They don't teach us that in school. And in society as a whole, we don't teach we don't teach anybody that. It's not like a set in stone thing that you have to learn. It's like you have to go out and find this information. And that's terrible, because I feel like type things like this should be what we're teaching our kids and what we're teaching people just in general. These should be life skills that we know. And if you guys see me keep looking off, I did put some notes down, so I'm just trying to move it along. But yes, the first thing is that the world teaches us the exact opposite. I mean, just even look at TV and look at how they portray society. Alcohol, drugs, the party lifestyle, all these stereotypical, things that aren't really true, in real life. Another thing is that our youth are dying at a rapid rate. And, I know that a lot of it has to do with the state of affairs that we're in right now. And there's a lot of people out here just committing suicide, and it's just an epidemic. There's people out here who feel like they're not loved, that feel like no one cares about them, feel like they don't have a place in this world. And that used to be me. It really has used to be me. And I think that when you start to implement self-love into your life and make it a lifestyle, you can fight against anything. You can fight against all of those issues that you're having, because again, like I said, self-love is an act of self-protection. So if you're constantly implementing acts of self-protection, then you're going to avoid a lot of different things that could put you in harm's way, whether that's physical harm, emotional harm, psychological harm, any type of harm, guys. And, I feel like if self-love was something, and, the important things, the life skills that we really need to know, if that was taught in school instead of the crap that they teach, there would probably be a lot less suicides. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be alone but not feel lonely, if that makes sense. But again, that just takes work. It takes time. And, if these people don't know, then how would you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, really, really getting rough out here. And I'm just stressing that, you know what I'm saying? Because when you can start protecting yourself in all ways, then that means that you can then move on to protect others around you, your family, your close friends. You can start doing that. And if they're doing that too at the same time, imagine the progress that we're having here. And that's why when I say self-love, it's not selfish, because if everybody literally took the time to take care of themselves and love themselves correctly, if every single person on this earth did that, do you know the impact that will have on the world? Do you really? Because we can only change ourselves. If I'm changing for the better of myself, then maybe somebody near me, a close family member or friend, might see that change. And then that will inspire them and say, hey, I can do it too because I knew him, But if, you're just still in this mindset of, oh, that's BS, it's nothing, that's not important, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn to love other people. You can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself. Yeah, other people can love you and love on you and try to give you love, but if you don't have it within you to do, then it just falls by the wayside. Like it doesn't have any effect. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be something that you yourself have to do. Another reason why self-love is so crucial right now is like I talked about earlier, like with the youth, but like mental health issues like depression, bipolar, a lot of different mental health issues that, go unnoticed. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're not taught life skills. So when we have to go out and learn or seek someone else to help us, that can be very challenging. And it's like, or it can feel like it's too much work, and like all of these mental health issues, I know that it's not a cure-all for mental health, but it helps you combat and fight those mental health issues. Trust me, I dealt with mental issues. I have mental health issues. We all got mental health issues, but what I'm saying is like, your mental health, you'll be able to cope with that a lot better, and you'll be able to help resolve some of those issues within yourself when you start to focus on yourself and implement self-love into your life. Because again, self-protection from physical harm, emotional harm, psychological harm, these things that you're doing on a daily, that you're constantly implementing into your lifestyle, this is going to help overflow and push away those mental health issues. You're going to become less depressed. You're going to become less anxious. You're not going to be angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you work through it on a daily, like, you're going to see the changes over time. And like, it's a way of self-helping yourself, because all the time, counseling isn't something that, going to see a therapist isn't always the best option for people. Yes, it's a great option, and it's always an option that I'm going to promote. It doesn't necessarily have to be a therapist, but just talking to someone in general, but sometimes that may not always be the best case to talk to someone. Sometimes it takes you actually doing the inner work yourself because you know what you need to do. And if you don't know what you need to do, you know what you don't like about you, and you know you don't like certain feelings. So then you can start getting the work on that and doing the inner work. Honestly, it's going to take you anyway, because even if you went to a therapist, all they can do is guide you. But it would still take you to actually do the work yourself, on yourself, you know? And, you know, this is just so important because, like, there's people out here who think that this is all that there is to life and there's nothing more. But there's way more, you know what I'm saying? There's more to life. You can get ahead in life, but you have to, like, remove, like... Okay, so basically you have to empty out your vessel before you can be poured in and renewed again. You know, so you have to get all the ugly guck out of you, spiritually, mentally, physically, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had issues in your childhood or childhood trauma, you got to go revisit that, boo. And you got to go fix that. And you got to work through it to get you up out of that rut. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that stem from trauma and just a whole bunch of things from we were younger, because we weren't taught anything, and we weren't taught the best things. So that's why I'm saying it's important that, you know what I'm saying, if you start to practice and implement these different lifestyles, different practices into your lifestyle, you will start to see results and changes, and we would have less mental health issues. Now, I just want to move on to the last thing that I wanted to talk about, because, you know, I feel like I'm getting a little chatty, and I do see how 11 minutes, but I'm very passionate about this. Codependent relationships. I'm telling you, with self-love, when you start to implement those self-protection practices into your lifestyle, you're going to be avoiding a lot of codependent relationships. And that's another, like, hot topic within society today that nobody talks about, is codependent relationships, because those are very, very toxic, and it holds you back, and it just holds everybody back. Now, what I'm going to do is break down the word codependent. Now, I went to dictionary.com to get this definition. I'm going to give you the adjective, and I'm going to also give you the noun. So the adjective codependent, it means of or relating to a relationship in which one person is physically or psychologically addicted as to alcohol or gambling, and the other person is psychologically dependent on the first in an unhealthy way. Like, did you catch that? Like, of or relating to a relationship in which one person is physically or psychologically addicted as to alcohol or gambling. This is what codependency is. It's when you're physically or psychologically addicted to a relationship, to a person, as if it was alcohol or gambling. And it says that the other person is also psychologically dependent on the person in an unhealthy way. And then the noun is codependency. It's a state of mutual dependence between two people, especially when one partner relies emotionally on supporting and caring for the other partner. That's what codependency is. Like, when you're relying emotionally on someone else to make your day, you know what I'm saying? And if they don't make your day, then you just have a bad day. Or if you're physically or psychologically addicted to that person, that is codependency. And this, nobody talks about, but this is a lot of relationships. I see a lot of people going through this. You know what I'm saying? That they're so codependent on that person that they're not even themselves. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know who they are. They're not even expressing their true self because they're so codependent on somebody else making them happy. And that is so With self-love, and when you start to implement, these self-protection practices, I'm telling you, you are going to stop being codependent on other people, because what self-love teaches is that, hey, I don't need him emotionally. I don't need her emotionally to make sure that I'm having a good day. I don't need to be addicted to them psychologically, or this idea that I have about them that, I just can't let go. No, I can do these things myself. I can love on me myself. I am love myself. So regardless of if they are on board or not, I'm good. And that's what self-love is going to empower you to start to do things yourself. So I'm going to just wrap it up right there. But I just definitely think that, self-love is so crucial right now, especially in the state of affairs we are in as a society and as a world as a whole. Okay, guys? So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Give me a like or a thumbs up. And I'll see y'all guys later. Car signing out. Bye.